Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talents Unlimited. We are here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. California time. I would like to have everyone put their hands together and help me welcome our presiding officer, Diana Valencia.
Hello, everyone. Um, as we're here one more day with me every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we talk about different topics or pathways. So for tonight, I think we should talk about mm, what do you think about the sales world?
Sales world?
Yeah, sales. Like how the influence not just us, but the economy from our city. I don't know, like microeconomics, macroeconomics. So I might have some experts here.
You do? Wow.
So I'm
The
just
only the only expert I know that we have is Carolyn. The rest of us are playing it by the seat of our pants. From a sales point of view, I always thought that salesmanship is based on somebody's DBM, right? So, what is the most dominant buying motive of the person? Now, regardless of what the person's doing, right? If you're out there and you walk into a shop, you walked in there for a reason. Otherwise, you wouldn't have walked in there. And when you walked in there, you wanted to buy something. So you start looking around. If the salesperson doesn't make that sale, it's because that person didn't do their job.
okay. So what if this customer or client is just there for, I don't know, a desire, or they said, okay, I'm just looking, I'm not interested in buying anything. I'm just looking because maybe one day I could afford this. So
In their head, they want something in that store. They want something in that shop. They want something on that car lot. Whatever it is they walked into, they want something, or they would not have gone there. Even if they're window shopping, they want something in that window. And if that sale doesn't happen, then that means that salesperson didn't do their job. They did not meet the needs and the qualifications of the client who walked in. So if they can't afford it now, they should have come up with some sort of payment plan so that they can afford it.
Well, I disagree.
oh,
So here we go.
I disagree, Jim.
Carolyn is our expert. So I am going to defer to Carolyn.
Okay, so this is my example. Okay, so my birthday is coming up in 28 days or so.
okay.
Normally I buy an outfit for my birthday. Now I am a shopper. When I walk into the store, I already have in my mind what I want. Okay. And if it's not available in the store, what I have in my mind, I am not gonna buy it. Now, number one, when I go in the store to buy outfits, if it's too many of the same kind on the rack, I'm not gonna buy any of those because I'm unique and I like individual things. They don't have the right color or shade. I say shade because one time I was looking for something pink, but I never found the right shade. That's what type of shopper I am. I'm not gonna buy it.
All right, but
I am not.
that doesn't disqualify what I said. Right.
Okay.
So if you walked in there and you didn't see what you wanted, and that salesperson didn't find it for you, it's that salesperson's fault. It's not your fault. You
It's
knew
not the
what
sales.
you
It's
knew
not their
what you
fault
wanted
either.
when you went in there.
It's not their fault either if their store does not carry it. It's not her fault that she cannot sell me what I want because it's not available. She doesn't have it in her store.
But they
Because for
have,
the longest of times, I did not really shop in the store. I had a personal person that provided clothes for me. She would bring the clothes to my office at AT&T. I would pick out what I wanted, and that was, she knew my style, so she brought me what I wanted. So that type of person. So I'm not like I call it a big box store shopper. So I'm not that type of shopper, but I am a unique boutique type of shop. So for the longest of time, so even now, I order clothes from a site called Stitch Fit, which has unique clothes. So sometimes it's not the salesperson's fault, because if I go to a car lot and want a BMW, if I don't go to a BMW car lot, the salesperson is not going to have what I want.
Well,
So
okay,
I don't care what they offer me if they don't have what I came to get.
okay, so now,
well, then that if you walked into a used car lot looking for a BMW and they didn't have a BMW, and that salesperson didn't refer you to the right place to get it, then that salesperson didn't do their job, because the customer is the one that's important. And that salesperson needs to meet that customer's needs at all times. That's the whole
Okay,
point about being a salesman.
it
okay, so
is.
that doesn't, it doesn't matter if it's like a from a small purchase to a big purchase. Like, for example, if I go to the store to buy food, I'm there because I know that I need it. So no one needs to be behind me telling me like, well, you need this, you need that, because I already know what I want because I'm going to the food store.
Of
But
course.
what if we change that into, I don't know, like cars or houses, big purchases?
It's the same thing. It's no different
Same.
than it's no different than what Carolyn is saying. So if Carolyn wanted a BMW and she went to a used car lot and it didn't have it, then she's not going to buy what's on the car lot because it's not what she wants. Right? So the salesperson, if the salesperson is smart, would tell Carolyn where to go to get the car that she wants.
Okay, so what was the original question?
We were talking about salesmanship 101.
Okay, because salesmanship 101 is about what the customer wants. Say for instance,
Correct.
I sell cosmetics or skincare. I sell skincare. I think everybody should want skincare, but everybody do not. That's just like one of the directors told the consultants is, if you're trying to sell makeup to people, don't try to sell makeup to people who don't wear makeup, because they don't wear makeup. So why are we trying to sell something to somebody if that's not what they wear? But everybody should want skincare. But
Skincare.
everybody don't buy skincare from me because number one, they say it's too expensive, or they have other reasons not to buy.
Yeah. I don't want skincare. But look at me.
But you
Lord
should.
knows I
But
I sure
everybody
as hell need it.
should want their skin to look
Well,
shine like a new penny. Everybody needs skincare. That means you need to wash your face, you need to moisturize, and you need to use a sunscreen. That's
Yeah.
everybody, not just some people, but everybody.
Yeah,
And
look at me. I got all these wrinkles and everything, even though I'm fat and puffy.
if you use some good skincare, so you might have less of those.
See?
There you go. There
you
you
know,
go.
you know what why I agree with Carolyn? Because now with the internet, like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram Reels, a lot of these influencers who provide or promote skincare or makeup, they share with you the idea that you have to take care of your skin, right? Like, oh, look at my skin, how without like so shiny and this and that, this product, and everybody wants it just because that influencer looks like that. So now, even as Jim said, I don't need a skincare, I don't want it, I don't like it. But if it's like a tendency and everybody is in there, So it's kind of tricky now.
While we're on the
Yep.
subject of selling sales, as somebody who's been a VPPR, and Carolyn's been a VPPR, Jim as well, one of the hardest sales with respect to Toastmasters is selling Toastmasters. Okay. And I think, well, no, I don't think about it. I know about it. There's so much alternatives, not only just for Toastmasters, for any learning institution that is competing for an audience. Now, Toastmasters is a nonprofit. It has great curriculum and provides all the benefits in our, within the organization, and to get people to come in the organization, because we're competing against YouTube. We're competing against all these educational alternatives on LinkedIn, everywhere else, that people can get any information they want, including just typing it out on the internet on any subject. And I believe, go ahead, I'm sorry, Carolyn.
No, that was
Jim.
Jim. So I
Okay.
want to ask you a real quick question, Robert. Just a thought process here. Do you believe that every single person needs to be able to develop their communication and leadership skills?
Not necessarily. Yes, leadership can be amongst everything. I'll just leave it at that question.
Sure. So we
Yes.
know that they need this, correct?
Yes.
If I could show you a way that you could learn all the communication skills and leadership skills you want to achieve your goals for as little as $10 a month, would you follow me?
People do.
Welcome to Toastmasters.
If I agree with you, and that's a great selling point. You know what? I'm going to jot that down, Jim. But the thing is, and you bring up a valid point. People are willing to pay. And Diana, you're the youngster. You know all this. You know all of this influencer stuff. People are willing to pay $10 a month to learn about whatever, or have access to whatever. Okay. But in Toastmasters, we don't have it set up that way. You bring up something, Jim, an interesting point that could possibly be pursued. How to do it is, I don't want to be negative, because there isn't anything negative about it. How to get it accomplished is a different story. If you can convince somebody to come on here every day in this YouTube and learn for $10 a month, although it's biannual, you know what? You got a great point. You got a great point. But people, it's like people want to get entertained. Here we are here, all of us. And not only do we learn, we entertain, and we provide education. And we have fun, not just with pathways, but with different topics of discussion, just like this. And people are not, for whatever reason, some people, they'll pay $10 a month, to learn how to crochet, whatever the case may be, make steaks. But when it comes to education, for some reason, they're not wanting to let go of that $10 a month. They'll pay to go on a Google site, not from Google, for somebody to teach them how to do Google Docs or learn the Google apps. They'll pay for that. But we don't offer something competitive in communication and leadership. I can't say that we, meaning Talents Unlimited, because we do. Every week, here we are. Ours are public. We're demonstrating that leadership, we're demonstrating that communication and beyond. But even within our own district, I put out, as an area director, I put out different kind of memos and I don't get anything. No response whatsoever. And these are the guys paying $10 a month. But you're right, Jim. You're right. I'd pay $10 a month in a heartbeat.
One thing that I saw before I joined Toastmasters is that people sometimes tend to pay thousands of dollars to get that quick kind of like recipe to speak on public. And I know that that is true. And internet and everything, they promote like, oh, you gotta give me $2,000 and you will be able to speak in 4 months, 6 months. When sometimes you know that that takes more time and that it might be reasonable, it might be true. But when I joined Toastmasters, I knew that, like as Jim said, $10 per month. And you can come here and practice. You can join different clubs and meetings with less money than other people's buying out there because they don't know about this. A lot of people don't know about Toastmasters. Before I joined Toastmasters, I remember that I asked someone if they knew what it was. And they said, yeah, I think it's like something that you gotta learn how to speak in public, but you gotta pay thousands of dollars. And I'm like, for real? Like, yeah, because Toastmasters for them, it was like a big name. Like, oh, it might be something like, I don't know, like Stanford or Harvard, they're known for being prestigious. So they might be like, oh, Toastmasters is that way. So you might gotta pay thousands of dollars. But then I just reached out to Debbie and she explained to me how it worked, the plan, the bill process and all that stuff. So now you discover the real truth behind it. So
there's a big secret in Toastmasters that isn't well known for whatever reason. But you go to these quick things, right? You got Dale Carnegie. They have like a 2-month course where you learn how to do stuff. And you have these other ones that they're, other ones besides Dale Carnegie that do the same basic type of thing, even if it's 6 months long. The problem with all of those is they're 6 months, they're 2 months, and they're done. They stop. But the secret for Toastmasters is it continues at your own pace, and you get to practice in a safe zone, and you get constant feedback all the time. So you're always constantly learning and constantly becoming better and better and better. And the more you speak, the more you practice, the better you get. All those other ones, they don't have that. So it's a unique selling point for Toastmasters. And if we're trying to do selling points and we don't use that as a selling point when we say welcome to Toastmasters, $10 a month, welcome to Toastmasters. If we don't throw that in there as a selling point, we're shooting our own self in the foot.
I agree, Jim. That is point on. And I would have to say that we as a club can lead in that for our own purpose. Because we are one of the few that I don't even know of any other clubs that record. Bottom line. There may be some, but I haven't seen any. But you're spot on in with our introduction. We know when we meet, we know the time, so on and so forth. But you're spot on about the $10 a month. You're spot on about the environment. And I think as a club, whoever is going to be the Toastmasters, Madam President, if you're going to be the person who's getting introduced first, that or somebody else, whoever the host is going to be, right? Plugs that exact message. And I don't have the ability to do it. I don't have the software. Maybe you can, Jim, because you post our videos. If there's a way to edit the video in a way that we can record that and put it on and post it and promote it, not just in our own meeting, but in all of our social platforms, I think that would be beneficial.
Well, that's a good one.
There's also another unique selling point to Toastmasters. So these other things are all goal oriented and they have specific things in mind. Like if you're going to learn how to be a salesman, then they'll teach you to speak like a salesman and they'll teach you to sell like a salesman. But Toastmasters is all about the relationship between us as the speaker and everybody else as the audience. And that relationship carries out throughout everything else you do in your entire life, even when you're away from Toastmasters. So the unique stuff and skills that you're learning here at Toastmasters is used elsewhere.
That would be what makes us like different from other.
Yep. Which are selling points, of course. So if you're going to talk to someone about, Toastmasters and you ask them the question about, communication and leadership skills, you just tell them, well, we're here. We support everyone. We help them learn communication and leadership skills through the gentle art of public speaking.
In the past, as a VPPR, I would post things that are geared towards certain career fields. Let's say like realty, service. Now, when you think of service, I'm not talking about just somebody who you would think at a restaurant. I'm talking about somebody who's at a desk facing a customer or a leader on all aspects. It's just the amount of applicability is so huge, but so I try to gear the direction of selling points to the calendar year or to certain career fields, not taking into consideration what you brought up, Jim, about the value. Are you willing? Do you pay $10 a month for an influencer? Why not pay $10 a month for such and such? As the points that are being made here tonight.
Well, MDM, right? The most dominant buying model. It's answering the question, what's in it for me?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can answer that question for your customer, then you'll have a sale every time.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like we're having a VPPR meeting on how to sell Toastmasters, right? I started to put together an aggressive plan for selling Toastmasters. And now that I have more valuable information provided by all of us here, all of you, that's going to be added to the input. And we're going to build something. However, putting it on paper and putting it in something to read is one thing. Posting it in a video is another thing. And I would like to suggest perhaps most YouTube videos are like maybe 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're short.
Yeah, okay. So if we can for 18 minutes, time it, put a timer on there for 18 minutes, discuss the selling points of Toastmasters as described tonight. What's in it for me is the theme.
So what you're saying is we should have our next meeting being what's in it for me.
Yes, I'm as a suggestion. Yes.
That sounds like a fun time.
Diana, Madam President.
Yep, I agree. So that way we can promote that video and we can share it too.
Well, you've heard of elevator pitches, right?
Yep,
And you've heard of TikTok, right?
yep,
So the two of them map each other. An elevator pitch and a TikTok video, you're only 2 minutes. So if you can sell Toastmasters in 2 minutes, you got something. Especially the younger people. Now, I don't know diddly squat about TikTok, so you're asking the wrong person, right?
well,
Millennials use the Meetup and not millennials, the old farts like me use Meetup and Facebook. But the new people, the young people, they use WhatsApp, they use TikTok, they use Instagram. So if you can get stuff going on those things, then you'll get younger people to join.
Agreed.
when it was like 2 days ago, I went to a meeting with my family, and this girl, do you know about the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes.
Okay, so we went to one of those, and the lady who was leading the meeting, she said, "You guys know what is a elevator pitch?" I'm like, sounds like it has to be quick. And he said, "Yeah." And then, okay, you gotta give your purpose and what you do in less than 2 minutes. And I remember that I tried to do it, but I forgot to give her my number or how to contact me back. And she said, okay, so
That's why you hand them a business card.
yeah. And she said, you gotta do that. But now, someone said, okay, now business cards, they work, but not as before. People using more like QR codes now. So it's
That's okay. Put a QR code on your business
yeah,
card.
and then just give it to
Yeah.
someone else.
Sure.
I
Nothing
would
wrong with
like to challenge everyone here to create, because everyone has phones and all you got to do is just hold it up and take a video, 30 seconds, a minute, whatever the case may be, and say something about Talent's Unlimited Toastmasters. And I'll create the account. We all pitch in on upload, and I'll upload the video. But we all got to pitch in on the content. 30 seconds. What do you think, Diana?
It's a good one. So it's not the long and short, but
why would you have to go through trouble to create an account for it? Don't you already have a YouTube account?
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
Yes, but I'm talking about TikTok
Oh,
and YouTube.
doesn't the club already have a TikTok account?
No.
Hmm.
If I was to go on there right now, let me go on here. You all keep talking. I'm going to go on here and see if there's any Toastmasters clubs on there.
We're gonna have that awkward moment of silence here while you're going on there looking.
I know it. No, you're gonna keep talking. You're gonna keep talking.
Okay, so Jim, Carolyn,
So do Toastmasters have a TikTok account?
Toastmasters itself, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the district has.
They have a TikTok because you know they closed TikTok, and if you deleted your app, it was hard to get it back.
I'm pretty sure the district still has a TikTok account. I'm not absolutely positive. And I think I have an account, but I don't know how to use it. Let me take a quick look. Do I have something like that on
so
There
do you have one?
TikTok?
There are Toastmasters TikToks. Many.
So yes, I have TikTok.
Well, but Robert, he find one. Yeah, Toastmasters. That means
Yeah, I don't know how to use it. I have it, but I don't know how to use it.
So I'll create the account. I'll create the account and then we, give you the credentials. Did you know for only $10 a month, you're paying somebody else when you could be getting your money's worth at Talents Unlimited Toastmasters? And here's why. Upload it. We're good.
well, you know what? It should be a good idea because a lot of people, well, a lot of young people and different people, they have this dream to do a podcast or to do a podcast, but they don't know how, or they might be afraid of how to start, how to practice. And here, it would be a good place to practice, which is $10 a month. So
Yeah.
Good place to practice. There are other Toastmaster podcast clubs that go through all the ins and outs on how to create podcasts and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, they go into what equipment to use and how to use it, everything.
I think I knew a story from a guy from Toastmaster. He did his Toastmaster. It wasn't a Toastmaster podcast. It was his personal podcast, but he started because of Toastmasters.
Mhm. Cool.
Okay, so my action item is I'm going to create a TikTok, provide the credentials, and I challenge everyone to, you don't have to do it every week, once a week, somebody could do it once every other day, whatever, whenever you feel like it. And we do it. And
That's a
Diana, since you're the,
tall
since,
order.
I know it is, since you're the face. So I'll take that as an action.
Okay.
All
And
right.
we're about out of time for this podcast.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But I think it was a good meeting. Jim, you had some valuable information. I loved it. The $10 a month, you pay somebody else, but you're not investing in yourself.
Yourself. So well, thank you everyone for being here tonight, and we'll see you next Wednesday again from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And now I call this meeting adjourned.
California time.
California time, yeah.